The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi Rogers, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
Looking for a pair of shoes? Les Hub Stores has a wide range of selection for unisex footwear. We have the best quality of all brands at pocket-friendly prices, and we make deliveries countrywide. Just place your order or reach us on 0772 08 0090. You can also check up at Les Hub Stores on all our social media platforms. Les Hub, craft your own footprints.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
okubanga nkuweereza olunaku luno olwaleero nga nabagambye tusuubira omwami Bigirwa Moses okuva mu kisinde ekya Eastern Revolutionary Platform ajja kuba nga atwegattako mu maaso awo naye aneegaseko ye omukyala Farida Bikobere. Good morning Farida, you're most welcome.
Good morning Edgar.
How's your Monday?
Fantastic.
Excellent, that's good.
I really want to say a good morning to our viewers. Okay. Tuddewo wano ne Edgar Mathew Karuhanga era njagala okubanga mbasanyukirako era okubategeeza nti we are back on air. After that, was it a long break? Was it a short break?
It depends.
It depends on our shifting from the old place to a new place. So nsuubira nti ebintu mujja kubirabira ddala nga byanjawulo. Mwasuze mutyayirize brand new Monday, brand new week. Nsuubira nti mwatandise dda, you go with that positive energy to work. Ejja kubanga ate ekuyambi. Bintu bingi nnyo ebibadde bi happening mu Uganda nga we are on air nga tesobola kujja n'okutandika kubanga tobawa zi updates oba n'okubanga tobawa analysis as per the guest be tuba tulina mu studios olunaku olwaleero. So tujja kubanga tubitunuliramu ebimu, ebirala tujja kubanga ate tubireka tumanye nti ebyo byatuyitako. Naye ekitagenda kubanga tukituyitako kya Electoral Commission ogamba nti tebalina ssente okugazeetinga na lukola. a whole institution does not have money. Nayenga they had money to conduct an election. It is disappointing that they don't have money to gazette the person of Nalco.
Okay. Before you have to elaborate what gazetting means for our viewer there, but where we doctor the quote of the day.
Oh,
I can give them one.
You are okay.
They don't can't alone the quote of the day. The quote of the day is follow excellence and success shall follow you.
Oh.
Nti gezaako kubeera excellent mu buli kyokola nga success ejja kudda. Abasinga twagala success, but we don't know the path to success.
Yeah, true.
In order for you to achieve success, in my perspective, I think
You have to
follow
be
excellence.
excellent. But is it achievable? Can you be excellent at whatever you do?
A human mind was designed to grasp concepts. It's a very unique. Is it
to adjust?
Wosalawo omanye ekizibu ekiriwo ekiremesa okulaninga kwe kubanga you are a linear thinker. Wachiyita omuntu omukulu dabatakyayiga. You don't want to learn. I'm giving. Okay, kusomesa omwana omutono omukulu okuyiga. There is a way it's a bit different. So
it is because omwana omuto abeera open to learning.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You see, they yearn to learn new things. Kati omuntu omukulu ebintu ebimu babiva intentionally.
Exactly.
They will just say me I will not learn that thing. Kakati ate okuyiga. Like any other thing in life, it starts from the mind.
Exactly.
When you put your mind to something, you learn it. If you don't,
and when you learn it and you nochikuguka ddala over time otuuka okubeera excellent ku kintu ekyo
nga teweetaaga kubanga okola muka practice or anything.
But don't wish success. Really, success is a process. Abasinga bavubuka twagala kuwishinga success.
Yeah, but we all really want to be successful.
Yeah, but they don't wish success into existence. We don't wish it into existence. Abana basinga bagala okawishinga into existence nti oyagala ofune success, but there is a process, there is a pattern to success.
Balina okukikolera tokeera ku macha ng'oli successful.
Yes.
I really understand, but also here in Uganda the situations are not favorable for someone to really work hard and be successful. Even the few that are successful, their stories are not as straight. Yeah.
Ekyo nange sikiwakanya because tulina system ya designing, and this is not to ridicule anybody. Ya designing okubanga tekukkiriza okusala akaguwa akava mbonako okugenda mbagagga. It takes a very, very big or committed or disciplined spirit okubanga okayisaamu. Naye ate okuyita okuva eri waggulu okudda wansi ate kyanguwa munnange kyanguyira ddala. So era baba bazirina mwewananga mpola.
If you say committed or disciplined spirit, what exactly do you mean? Someone doesn't have to be boozing, because now someone who doesn't booze, they don't go out, they don't club, they think they're disciplined, and maybe they wish to be successful.
Okay, I've seen people who don't drink, who don't smoke, who don't go out, who are still unsuccessful.
So what do you mean when you say someone has to be committed and disciplined?
Ngera we nagambye waliwo ekiva. Do you have a vision for yourself?
But do you know it is hard to discover yourself?
Yes.
Your calling.
In this time it's very hard.
It is very hard.
But I think anti tulowoleza nnyo mu birala. Njagala mbeere nga Farida.
Kyolina okubeera n'okibuusa amaaso.
Nkula njagala mbeere Farida. I feel being Edgar makes me less. If I be Farida, I am actually better. Naye ate nga tekikolera ddala kati gwe okula oli mu dreams z'abalala, okula oli mu vision ya mulala, naye nga gwe yiyo nga gwe togirina. You don't know who you are as a person. You know what society has defined you to be. What you see in other people, you think that's what you are. But I think the main way of understanding your vision is asking yourself, chintu chechi, what brings me alive? What do I like to do? Tunia interests zoina. Boba, for example, oyagala nnyo ebintu by'okuzimba, oyagala nnyo ebintu bya film, oyagala nnyo sports, then build a vision around that. But also factor in engeri gy'ogenda okufunamu ssente mu vision yeeyo. Gamba nti kino nkyagala nnyo, naye kino kyenjagala nkikoze ntya okubanga nkifunamu ssente. Njagala nnyo amawulire, yes. Nina TV gye nsobola okutandikirako nemba nga mpeereza oba netandika nga volunteer. In fact, the other way of really building your vision is by sitting under someone who has built it before. You feel, I want to be this. Then there is Farida who has been there before. You go and be under Farida. Serve Farida, wa Farida chai. muvuge mu mmotoka mwolezeeko tambula naye because that's the truth ate kujaka abantu tebagala process eyo naye tebajagala mwattu but the fact is you can never become ekintu nga toli like you have to be in proximity with something
tosobola kubuuka madala you can't jump the steps bwobanga olina okutakinga steps ezo ne bwona ozibuuka still you come down
bwoba oyagala kubeera MP togenda kwerimba nti ogenda kubuuka eno olina kubeera you have to era I say something that some people may not agree with but in order to take power you have to linger around power era wetegereze history yonna abantu abatuta obuyinza babubeera kumpi ask Museveni was near Obote was near Nyerere
singa abantu bawunzika government.
So
talking about the government, we shall be dissecting on the issues that are happening in Ekawempe where we were off air. Wala ebintu nga bwe byatambula banamawulire nga bwe bakubibwa the violence that was there. It was a by-election, but most of us will say that it was communicating what is going to happen in the general election come 2026. Kakati njagala okubanga I'm picking your comment on what happened Ekawempe.
Okay, Kawempe, no surprise at all about what happened.
You were not surprised?
I was not surprised. If anybody is surprised about what happened in Kawempe, they don't live in Uganda.
They have lived in Uganda.
You live in UK, I think you live in London. Uganda's politics has been characterized by a lot of flames, a lot of aura of energy. Simanyi lwaki obululu bwa Uganda bulimu nnyo energy ya waggulu. It's like a do or die situation. And this has happened for
it is because people abantu abagenda mu positions, they are looking for jobs, they are not going there to serve. Kakati omuntu akufiirako because guli mulimu atunuulira omusaala ogumuweebwa mulimu. That's why you see that energy. But me sijirabanga energy, it is something beyond that.
And sometimes as a journalist you have to use words you can defend.
But something beyond that.
The truth is the violence that is always around the elections of Uganda is not new to us.
I am surprised you were not surprised.
Yes, I wasn't surprised because the fact that Nalukola was nominated and after nomination you saw what happened. Ne bamukwatirawo bamuyuzize ngoye without even reason. Like okay, there is a minister atero kuwa reasons naye ngolusi ononya evidences backing up nga tokola ki toziraba. A person has been duly nominated. After nomination, why do you arrest him? Why do you bundle him? Why do you have to tear his clothes okuyuza engoye ze? Lwaki ebyo byonna bibeerawo?
They said defensively that yali atambula ne crowd and yali sabotaging a movement ya traffic.
That is what they said.
That is what
let us look at the evidence of the fact. Yaliko abantu bameka bamukwatira.
I don't know.
If you look at if you look at footage, and the good thing that enkola eno manyi olone ekirala kye tutanayiga naddala abatukulembera bategere nti emirembe gigenze gikyuka. In the past, you would alter such a fact and give people your news. And
never chikiriza, yes.
But now there is evidence.
Everyone is a journalist.
Did not even have more than 10 people following him. That's the first thing. But even if he did, in the election cycle, that is allowed. After nomination, the Electoral Commission then mandates that you are allowed to do what?
To campaign.
To campaign. And what is campaigning? Campaigning is
mobilize people. Yeah.
So, I think fetuli mukwerimba nga tumanyi the reality on ground. If you tell us that people are going to destabilize, we saw the numbers that Nalkola had. And no one would say, is this also a marketing technique for a politician or a candidate?
Yeah, sometimes it raises them.
It raises them. It's not sometimes. Because let me tell you, elections are made by not many things. Charisma of a person, sympathy vote, family. Those are big things. Womukwata no mukwata boto no munyiga.
Kati waliwo agenda okumulaga naye wakamusajja bakutte wachi. Asajja bano babiri
ngenda Mukulonda. Stoina kyomukutte talina kyakukoze omukutte omukubye omubandolinze muguni mukaka kabanga.
But why do you think security is acting the way it is acting?
I cannot tell you because they have been acting like that. But I feel
for a long time.
I feel why in elections we see what we see. because that's the only time when power is threatened.
Yeah.
And legally here. Okitegeera. Mu Uganda wano engeri y'osobola okukyusaamu obuyinza ke kalulu buli myaka 5. That's how the Electoral Commission mandates. Kati mu myaka egyo bajja gezaako buli kimu kye basobola okubanga mu myaka gino egya bulijjo it's okay, but when you enter that season, because that season entebe esobola okukyuka in anyway, so you have to try to do your level best to not allow that to happen. But for me, never
is you are protecting your position.
Yes, and which is okay validly for you, but ate obogamba watuletera kibayita elections. I think ate kati abo boyina engeri gy'okyusiza mu kulutambi oba wagamba waleeta obululu nga bwakukyusa obukulembeze. I was talking to one leader in Ekawempe there prior ku lunaku lwe bayita pre-poll event. I was there Kutali Center. Nenjogera n'omu ku ba coordinator ba Kampala wano. Omukulu ayina ekyo kye yangamba we have made the president 6 times in this election. Mugendo time twa meetings emini mukanga president yatugamba kimu, I want the election to be free and fair. You guys will never believe that, but the president tells me he wants the election free and fair. Mbuyani waba si akawangudde as long as Ugandans decide. That is what the president has told him, according to him, and he was telling me, intimating to me.
He was lying.
Were you there?
He was lying. He wanted it.
So I am asking, how can a president want the
He's
things
actually
to
saying
change?
the president does not observe what happens during the election.
No, he's saying
the
president is saying, you people, stop, don't do this, don't talk bakalulu, we're okay. So I'm wondering, then how does this man who says that?
So then that person has just entered the Uganda.
I'm asking myself also, who commands these guys? Because I'm also thinking Museveni does not command such operations.
Okay, I also believe you, he doesn't.
There is someone. No, the truth is there is a level there that
does not respect president's orders.
Yes.
Okay.
And that brings.
Okay.
Do we have a president? Let's take a break now. Let's take a break. When we come back, I'll be joined by Moses Ligirwa from the Eastern Revolutionary Platform.
Hi, Rogers. Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal